Welcome to another episode on our channel. We are again continuing on with all our giveaway prizes. This is going to be Spider-Man. So I'm going to open it up so you can see what you will get if you decide to go with this particular item. So as always, I am going to open it from the bottom. And let's see what we have. Okay. So far, everything we've gotten from Hot Toys has been pretty darn good, except with the one Boba Fett that I had to get replaced because there was a ding in the back. But everything else is looking really good. Fingers crossed. We just keep on doing well here. Okay. Really don't want to cut the tape if I can help it. There we go. It's gonna work now. On this side anyway. There we go. And the other side. Good. Okay, so this is going to be the box for Spider-Man. And let's go around and look at it. Yeah, it's looking good. I don't see any problems with it. So far, again, Boba Fett was the only one that seemed to have issues. So there's the front one more time. Pretty nice. All right. So this is again one of those that just comes off the top, which means I have to cut it from the bottom, which is my pattern, because it's going to have that circular tape on it. Keep doing that. You need to see what you're going to get if you're going to get this thing. All right. And take them out. All right. And I'm so glad I know one time I had to take this thing off and it had tape on the side. I was so glad they don't do that. There we go. All right. Scans first. Tons of, almost fell. Scared me. Okay. Tons of hands. Wow. All right. Let's start from the bottom there. Okay, completely fisted. And these have got to be gripping. Yeah. gripping hands. Okay. So I'm going to start here. These are completely fisted. No openings in the hands. These are gripping hands. So one is actually has like a funnel, a circular funnel going through the hand. So you can slip something through that. This one is a little more open. Yeah. And then he has really open hands. And then he's got his famous, I'm sending your way some web string. He's got these kinds of fingered hands. I think those are very cool. He's got like in other Spiderman packages, he's got web. I won't pull it out. It's very similar to just a couple straight long pieces of web, one that is kind of bent at a 90-degree angle. That 90-degree angle goes into the one hand that has the funnel circular piece through it. Actually, maybe I will take that one out to show you. I grabbed the wrong hand, I think. No, I didn't. There it is. So, yeah, he would just hold it like this. Only it would be a better fit. As you would work it in there a bit better than I just did. So he's, it didn't really look right before when I kind of put it in this way. It's like, why would he have a piece of web going out like that? It doesn't make any sense. But it goes in that way. That's what it's designed to do. And then he has shorter pieces. So he's got two longer pieces of straight web, two shorter pieces of webs that have kind of a Q-tip at the top. And it's the longer pieces that should accept this spreading out web. But the problem I've noticed with these is that when you, make sure I'm putting it in the right way, when you put this in, let's try it this way. Is that actually it's not as bad as the others have been, but it usually droops down. And it doesn't make any sense. It's not as bad on this one. But when you're shooting something out, you hope it kind of goes up instead of droops down. So anyway, that looks good. Except for the drooping. Okay. He has an alternate bracer, goes through his arm. Because it looks like he has some very colorful, like Dr. Strange things going on. And oh, this web does go again with a hand that has that funnel circular thing going on. If you want to use that piece, you have to use that hand. So that hand is holding the web like this. All right. So put that back. There we go. All right. So now he does come with a mask. Because if you do want to have him with the Tom Holland head, you can have him putting in his hand the mask if you want. I wouldn't pose him that way myself, but I would put the Tom Holland head on him. And he has several eyepieces to make his for the head he has on right now. Several eyepieces to make his eyes wider, a little more narrow. I'm not gonna bother showing that to you. You've seen tons of Spider-Mans before. I'm sure you know how that works. He does have an extra set of wrist pegs, which is always cool. And hopefully this will be easy to take off so I can at least pose him with the Tom Holland head. I think that's important to see him with that particular look. The only other thing he has, because Spider-Man, of course, his big thing is the web, right? Is the stand. And so the stand, it has some plastic around it. I'm not, well, I probably will take it off. Because we do need to pose them, right? It's easy to go back on, thank God. All right, so it's very nice looking. Not too flashy in terms of colors. And of course he does have the stand itself, or the holder, I should say, which is bendable. Which is confusing me at the moment. And that's only because somehow the clamshell is so black you can't see what's in here at times. There it is. That's what I was looking for. That's what was confusing me. I couldn't figure out why is that not in there? They have this bendable thing and this is not in here. It didn't make any sense. So just make sure you don't lose the cap. There we go. So we will pause. Let me get them set up for a posing shot. And you can decide whether this is the prize you want to go for. We'll be right back. I wanted to come back and show you him like this because he is very light. And you need to see it with the face on. He also is very well balanced. That's the first thing I noticed. You hardly have to do anything. Just make sure his feet are flat. And he stands just perfectly fine. Yeah. So now we'll pause. We'll get Tom Holland's head on him. And you can see what he looks like in a pose. But so far, he's looking awesome. Folks, I need to show you how to use the webbing. If you're going to use these hands, the only way you can use the webbing, you're going to have it facing up. And then you're going to, when it's facing up, you're going to pull this piece is within the gold lines. You can probably barely see it. You're just going to pull this piece up. It's in there with pegs and peg holes. You just pull it up gently just kind of tug at it here, and eventually it will come out. And once it's out, it'll just kind of look just like a little piece of plastic, that's all. Then you want to go to the box and find the identical piece, but it has the webbing part on it right here. And so it just goes on the same way the other one came off. You just use the peg holes, you just make sure it's all lined up and you push it in. And there, now it's perfect. Now you got the web piece at the very top of the hand, you know. All right, so it's the very top. Now, all you have to do now is take a piece of web, whatever piece you want to use, just slip it into the hole. And boom, you've got it. And that just goes on the hand. And he's good to go. So now let's get a pose. So we'll pause. I'll get him situated. We'll be right back. So I posed him like I did my other Spider-Man. He's got the short web. He's got the fingers out this way. He's got his other arm behind him. He's got his legs like he's in midair. The only problem with these Spider-Man figures is that once you start posing them, they're going to start, you know, wrinkling with the material, maybe sagging over the course of time. But your other choice, and you can see some wrinkles here in the midsection now, but the only choice you have is either you pose them, have something that you can really enjoy in terms of a dynamic pose, or you pose them with a museum pose. And that's kind of boring, to be honest. I'm going to put him back, you know, into a museum pose and wrap him back up. But my 2 cents worth is, you know, you got to live with whatever works for you. And for me, I would have to pose him in a dynamic sort of way. So we'll pause now, get him on a turn tray so we can see him from all directions. So here he is. We'll just go around so you can see him from all angles. At first, I wasn't sure about the gold and the black. I thought maybe the gold would make him look a little more gaudy. But it really is cool looking. And I want him too now. It's so bad. Anyway, he looks great. So we'll pause now and get some tighter close shots from here on up. We'll be right back. So here he is combing my hair. Just kidding. Okay, let's go around and see him. You can see the wrinkling. I mean, it's going to happen. You just have to decide. Museum pose, dynamic pose. For me, it's not much of a choice. It's got to be dynamic. There you go. Now we'll get a really nice tight close-up of his face. So we'll start over here. And then we'll go all the way around to here. And then back to the center. This is an absolutely awesome head sculpt. Let me put him here. So now you've seen 2 more figures, 1/6 scale figures up for grabs with the giveaway process. We have Hot Toys Boba Fett, we have Hot Toys Bat Pod, we have So Toys Rurouni Kenshin, and we have Hot Toys Wandering Earth, the female medic astronaut. Now we have Captain America, Chris Evans, and we have Spider-Man, Tom Holland. I hope you've liked what you've seen. If you have, consider giving us a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel. We're going to see a few more before we get done. But in the meantime, have a great day.